Hello everyone, this will be an explanation of a new tournament format that we are pitching for a potential Season 4 TCS Any% tournament. We've nicknamed this format the Ladder League, as developed by WeSuper, Senor, myself, and eRoadhouse. As an overview, this bracket format prioritizes close races for the entirety of the event and allows runners with a lower chance of making it far in a normal bracket to make a run while also improving as the event progresses. Let's break down the basics of this format before we get into the fine details. For this case, we will be assuming the bracket is filled with 24 entrants. The 24 entrant bracket will consist of an 8-week ladder in a playoff format. This will take us from 24 players all the way down to a top 8. This may be preceded by a set of play-in rounds if our initial list of signups exceeds 24, so as to reduce the bracket to the necessary size. These play-ins will be somewhat dynamic. For example, if we begin with 29 players, there may be 2 races of 3 and a final race of 2 to determine who gets the final ladder spot. Note that if our initial list of signups far exceeds 30 or dips below 20, the ladder length and size will probably be rescaled. Let's now discuss the format of the Ladder League itself. Once again, we will assume the ladder is operating with an initial size of 24. We will call each stage of the ladder a round. In round 1, we begin with 8 rungs. These rungs are organized simply, with the top 3 seeds being in the first and topmost rung, the second 3 seeds being in the second rung, and so on. In any given round, each rung will have a race. At some point during the week of round 1, all 24 players will be instructed to organize 8 races. For almost every rung, getting third and losing the race will demote you down to the rung below. The last rung, however, is very risky. Both second and third will be eliminated from the race in the bottom rung. On the other hand, the top rung is where you want to be. The winner of the top rung will immediately qualify for top 8 with a seed equal to the round they qualified in, so the first one to qualify will qualify with a seed of 1. Second place in the top rung won't also qualify, but since they can't be promoted any further, they'll just stay in the top rung. For every other rung, first and second place in the race will be promoted to the next rung above. This sounds like a lot, so let's discuss how this would work in round 1. Let's assume everyone places according to their seeds. Seed 1 would instantly qualify for top 8 by winning the race. Seed 2 would remain in the top rung, as you cannot be promoted above it. Seed 3, however, would be relegated to the second rung below. Let's go down to rung 2. Seeds 4 and 5 would move up to the top rung for placing top 2 in their race. Again, seed 6 would get relegated to the rung below for losing. This process will repeat in the next 5 rungs. Seed 7 and 8 get promoted, while seed 9 gets relegated. Seed 10 and 11 get promoted, while seed 12 gets relegated. Seed 13 and 14 get promoted, while seed 15 gets relegated. Seed 16 and 17 get promoted, while seed 18 gets relegated. Seed 19 and 20 get promoted, while seed 21 gets relegated. We have now reached the bottom rung where only one player can stay up. Seed 22 wins the race and gets promoted, while seed 23 and 24 are eliminated. So after all this, what would the structure of round 2 look like? For the most part, everything remains the same as what you saw on screen. Of course, seed 21 cannot race by himself, so he will be moved up to the new bottom rung. As seed 21 is moved up to rung number 7, the old bottom rung, rung number 8, is completely removed from the ladder. This is why the format will be 8 weeks. Follow along with this graphic to observe how players will qualify until we reach the final round of the Ladder League. Here we finally reach round 8, where only one rung remains. Left is one spot to qualify for top 8, and as this rung is both the top and bottom, the rules still apply. The winner will instantly qualify for top 8, again with the 8th seed, and the bottom 2 will be eliminated. This will round out our top 8, finishing the Ladder League section of the tournament. Lastly, top 8 will be a single elimination simple bracket, using the seeding determined throughout the Ladder League section of the event. Wow. That was a lot. Let's quickly recap a conclusion of how the format functions. First, we'll have some play-in rounds to reduce our bracket size down to 24, although this number could change depending on the sign-up count. With a bracket size of 24, we construct a ladder with 8 rungs, consequently running for 8 rounds, which will take us to a top 8. In this ladder, every rung will hold a race with all 3 players. Each round will qualify one player for top 8, while eliminating the bottom 2. The qualified member will be the winner of the top rung, who will be assigned their seed in order of qualification. The first runner to qualify will be assigned seed 1 in top 8, and the last runner to qualify will be assigned seed 8. The eliminated 2 will be the bottom 2 placers of the very bottom rung. Aside from these 2 exceptions, the top 2 placing runners in each race will be promoted to the next rung, while the loser will be relegated to the rung below. This continues until we construct a single elimination bracket on the seeding determined in the ladder before we finally crown a winner. Again, this format prioritizes fairness while creating close races for the entire ladder format. Even the 11 seed has a good chance of qualifying for top 8, while seed 19 has the chance to improve greatly throughout the event while staying alive to make it even all the way to something like round 5. We hope this video helped you understand the format of the event, but feel free to ask any questions in the Discord to clarify. Good luck, and get practicing.